Hi, Andy.
What's up?
Not much. I just saw you entered.
Yeah, it looks dead today.
Yeah, I
Check
see
both rooms.
people pop in and they're like, "Oh, there's nobody here," and then they leave.
Whatever. I just got off of work.
New job?
Yeah, the newer job.
How do you like it?
It's probably my favorite job because it's the easiest job I've ever worked.
What was it? Assistant manager?
Yeah, well, I found out that they were wanting me to be an assistant manager as a not in title, but they want to give me more responsibilities as a regular employee. It's kind of weird.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Do you get pay in accordance to that?
No.
Yeah, but you probably knew the pay beforehand anyway.
Yeah, they're saying, well, technically it's a benefit for me because they're giving me assistant manager training, which will go well with my degree that I'm getting. I'm just like, okay, well, I'm sure there's not much a Subway can teach me about corporate business settings, but whatever.
It's something.
Yeah, it's something, but can't say I have assistant manager experience when I go apply somewhere else, so because I was an assistant manager in title.
Yeah.
It kind of just sucks, but whatever. I mean, I can walk to the job. That's the reason why I took it in the first place, so.
It's money.
Exactly. And it's not a crappy environment like my last job.
What kind of things did you do in the last job? Just cash register or filling?
No, I was stocking the produce department and cleaning the back room. And it was incredibly hard because they expect you to clean everything, scrub it all down, and still have everything in the entire department filled. Like all the product filled in the shelves. Like, really? Not one person can do that.
Well, you quit. So, fuck that place. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Suzanne.
Hello.
Andy, you quit your job? Why?
Oh, I quit my job over a week ago.
How do you feel about that? Are you getting another job? Are you working
I
on
have
that?
another job. The job's overlapped for a few days.
Are you doing what right now?
I'm working at Subway.
How's that?
A lot better than my last job.
Are your salaries good there?
Yeah, it's okay. Making 11 an hour, it's minimum wage for my area. So,
Are you happy with minimum wage, Andy?
at the moment, for the job I'm doing, yes.
Minimum wage
is worth minimum wage.
It's enough for your needs?
At the moment, I wish I could make more, but not there isn't much around here for that. I live in kind of a place where there is nothing but minimum wage jobs unless you have a massive amount of management experience.
Really?
Yeah.
What about your personality? It doesn't count, man? You can't earn your way up?
Oh, no, not really. The areas around here, there isn't really much upwards mobility for anything. So, I mean, I'm going to go back to college in the fall, so to get a degree. So,
Why don't you move?
Because I'm going to college in the fall. It would be pointless. I'm trying to save up what I can over the summer, which means I need to keep a job over the summer rather than bounce from job to job.
Yeah. You are not afraid of not having money, Andy? That doesn't scare you?
No, I have enough of a community support where I live that I can, if I really needed help, I have a ton of people who can help me out.
You easily deal with being part of the community?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of friends, so a lot of friends. My family's willing to help me if I need it, that sort of thing.
You live alone?
Well, I have a landlord. I live in a downstairs bedroom of somebody's house, and they're renting it out to me. So
I'm really scared, man, of not having money.
the Lord will provide for me. So
Oh.
Oh shit, I'm muted. I was just saying I'm a little bit distracted here, and I didn't even notice that I'm muted.
Every time Suzanne makes shows sympathy, it's like a little victory for me.
In what way you like that?
I don't know, because I feel like you've always been a little skeptic about me.
Yeah?
And I like these little steps.
These little steps to
At least of apparent.
Oh, it's
parent,
like
apparent
notice me,
sympathy.
senpai. Notice me. And you see that I notice you, and you're like,
Yeah, I get so happy.
and I saw that. Are you trying not to smile?
no, I'm not trying not to smile. I'm just amused.
Okay.
Amused by what, Andy, the intellectual?
You're so happy all the time. It's pretty great.
Yeah,
It's a good thing, though.
I know. But it scares me thinking about, because it's so unearned. I do nothing to deserve this happiness. It's just a feeling that comes to me. So easy come, easy goes, Like,
Yeah, there you go.
I'm afraid that one day this just disappears. Just because. That's why I have to externally force myself to create means of creating happiness.
Well, there you go.
So I don't rely just on these naturally occurred happiness. I like to think ahead, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's actually unfair. Why do I feel so happy by doing nothing, and people feel unhappy when they're actually doing things and trying to reach that? I think I'm an INFJ, man.
Such an introvert.
What?
You're such an introvert.
You don't think I'm an introvert?
No, you're not.
Really? You don't see the buffer?
Buffer.
Yeah, like something buffering my.
I don't know what that is.
He's talking about how he thinks a lot more before he talks. Usually, I think that's what introverts do.
It's not that I think a lot before I talk. It's something, an internal process buffering my speech.
Well, that's normal.
Not normal for extroverts, especially if an introvert is as confident as me, is much more fluent, more like an ISTP probably would be. It's the introvert with a fast talking, like speeding things. I can't speed things so quickly.
Have you met Basement Overlord?
The first time I came here, he was here, but I haven't seen him since then.
Okay.
Actually, my cousin is an ISTP, but I don't talk to him much. I'm a little bit curious about ISTPs though, because I don't know them very well. I know that it's one in my class. Actually, the first time I saw him, I think I thought he was just
A dick.
Yeah, they have that kind of the way they.
ISTPs are some of the hardest personalities to get along with.
Yeah, especially for me because I don't like stupid, like the way they think they play with people. I am aggressive with words. They are aggressively physically. They always
Yeah,
do
they're
this.
both aggressive with words and physical. They're very fighty.
Yeah, but with words I'm okay, but physically it's just unpleasant when they play with throwing things and because I can't play like that. I'm normally when I try to play physically I get too aggressive unwillingly.
Somebody's got a pleasant ceiling.
Who is that?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
It's not Anthony.
No, I don't think so.
Kodo?
Could be.
Oh my god, my dealer is almost home.
Wow.
You're gonna get fucked up.
This explains a lot.
No, I haven't smoked actually for quite a few days.
Steve, you're an INTP, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm an extrovert.
Seriously, Andy, do you believe
You
that?
slightly remind me of one of my girlfriend or ex-girlfriends. Slightly. Like a male version of one of my ex-girlfriends. Just the way you act, just the way you like carry yourself. You're a little more energetic than she was. She was like introverted to a fault, pretty much. But like to the point where after she hung out with me or anybody else for that matter, she would have to take like 3 days of recharge before she saw anybody else if she didn't have to work.
What
Like that's how severely I don't we never figured out her type. In fact, well, I never did, and the reason why is because I came across this stuff after I was dating her. The only reason I know one of my other ex-girlfriends is because I'm still best friends with her, and she is into this stuff too. So,
And that time you didn't have enough knowledge from her that you can't determine her type now. You can't
dated
look
for
back
6
and say,
months.
"Oh, okay, she was 6 months, man."
she's hard to read. She's so hard to read. Like, and it's because definitely an introvert. I think I'm trying to figure out if she was intuitive or sensing. I can't tell if she was.
What kind of things did she talk about?
Well, she was an artist.
Yes.
So we talked about art a lot. All we really was able, the only common interest we had was watching Netflix together. We talk about the future together a lot. We had a hard time figuring what we wanted to do in the moment a lot of the time. So.
Did you talk about fun things you could do together, or was it more structural planning?
No, I guess it was more spontaneous. So I think it was a P. She's a P. I think she might have been an INTP.
Why would that make her a P?
She didn't seem like she was incredibly structured, but I don't know.
Don't type people like that, Andy. Susie, do you normally see that many INTP girls? Do you think that they generally have their FE more developed, or they show it more?
I think. Well, I would say anything to do with the feeling. I think that the girls have it more developed than guys, probably by nature.
Yeah, but INTPs are generally more introverted.
Right.
Forcefully
Suzanne's an
introverted.
INTP, but she doesn't act like my girlfriend. But you're an INTP, and you're acting a little bit like my girlfriend. So I don't know what the frick is to think.
Yeah,
But there are subtypes. So I gotta keep that.
there are subtypes, but it won't change us that much.
Like
Like on here-
like the way Steve carries himself physically, and like the way he laughs and the way he kind of moves reminds me of the way my girlfriend kind of does,
Yeah,
or my ex-girlfriend rather.
some SF or ST maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think the way I carry myself is pretty STP. I look like an ESTP generally.
Yeah, but I don't think you are.
Like an ESTP, no, like an STP.
Hmm?
Yeah. Well, I know that she was homeschooled her entire life. She never went to public school. So her introvertness was like to the extreme. She never really talked to anybody. She had like a small handful of friends. The most social interaction she ever got was when she was working.
Mm.
Otherwise, she preferred to stay in her room.
Did a lot of people like her, but she only had a few inner circle.
Yeah. Like, everybody was able to get along with her. But when she was around. But she wasn't really around anybody very often. Like,
I don't like being friends with extroverts.
she's not an ISTP. I know that.
I mean, my best friend is an ESFP, but he's a very different ESFP. I like him because he's crazy. Yeah, you know, I'm being serious because he has a lot of problems concerning anxiety, and he's a very paranoid ESFP. That ruined a lot of things for him, but the way he feels about things makes him distort reality so much. And hearing him tell everyday stories is not like listening to other sensors talking about their their day-to-day life, because he distorts reality so much because of his problems, like always feeling anxious and paranoid about things. It's like a work of art. He's so creative. I've never met generally all ESFPs that I met are just into parties and laughing and seeking fun people, but he has these things pushing him back. So he's just different from other ESFPs. He's also very funny. I think that also influences my humor, my kind of humor. That's why maybe my humor can seem kind of assy, because we generally start building stories where someone does something, and we transform everything he says, and we give names to what that person says, and it's it's real fun. What are your friends' types, Andy?
My two best, well, I don't want to say two. I have an inner circle. And that inner circle, I have an ENFP, an INTP, an INTJ. I'm trying to think of others. I think there's an ES. He's either an ESFJ or an ESTJ. I can't remember. So those are my four people in my inner circle. And then there's a few other people. I haven't typed them yet.
ESFJ and ESTJ are quite different types.
They are. I just can't remember what the letters were. So, like, I remember typing him, and he came up either as he was like an ES at something J. I can't remember what the third one was when he took the test. I don't know what they look like. So.
You use the letters a lot, and the dichotomies.
Well, it was like because I had him take the test. I don't really know what ESTJ or ESFJ look like, so I wouldn't be able to say which one he is.
How
Off the
does
top
he
of my
show
head.
that he like you?
What was that?
What is his way of showing that he appreciates you?
We like to spend time together, and then we pretty much just chill together whenever we do something. Like usually we'll like watch something, or we'll play. Like if he and his brothers have parties all the time at his house.
I
For
think
us.
more communication-wise.
We're very direct with each other.
How is he helpful to you?
We just talk about everyday things that are happening, like around us, like what happened recently and what's going on today. Maybe we'll talk about the future for a little bit, but not for very long.
I don't think he's an ESTJ.
Okay, might be an ESFJ.
Yeah, the ESTJ have a certain way of being of assistance. And you would have told me if he did that thing with you.
He thinks I'm a little nuts sometimes, but
You don't look for crazy people to hang out, Andy.